What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building for a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 2. Let's get into it. First off, I want to start off by saying that this episode, when I watched it yesterday, it was boring. Boring. It's like, where's Marlo? Where's Nene? Hell, where's Kim at this point? I mean, it was just boring. I get the show. I'm going to try to be fair, you guys, and just say the show is just now starting off. And a lot of these shows are boring. Basketball Wives, too, when they first start out, and then it takes like the middle of the fucking season for these motherfuckers to get to the motherfucking point. Like, it was too much Porsha. Y'all know I'm not here for Porsha all like that no more. I like her, but then, I don't like the shit with Phaedra. And to me, she acts too fucking young. I'm just kind of over her. I like Cynthia, but Cynthia was boring too. I mean, everybody was just kind of boring. Okay, and then y'all know my favorite is Nene. So Nene wasn't in the house. Brandy was not happy, really. I just tolerated these bitches. I'm serious. Okay, so let's get this recap going. First, we have Cynthia. They kind of showed, first they had showed Kandi like leaving, to go where she's going. Then they showed Sheree and her son. I guess he made some big ass pancakes. And then they showed Kenya trying to have Twirl or King help her send an email, that little shit there. Then they get to Cynthia. She's in a bathtub, basically saying she's ready to date. Cynthia looks good, beautiful woman, So, that's pretty much what happened with her. Next, we have Porsha. We're at Porsha's house. We have her mom and her sister. And, Lauren basically is going to be moving in with Porsha, her and her child. And Porsha begins talking about how, they work together, they're together all day, and, she's just interested in seeing how it's going to work out. To me, that is like, that's too much, too much with the sister. Sister needs to get her own place. She has a child. Porsha, I don't know how you supposed to get this man and his child, and your sister and her child is there. I mean, you need to focus on what you need to be focused on. Seriously. So, but I get Lauren is having some issues with the child's father, so maybe this is just temporary. It looks like they're going to get into it down the line, and that should be interesting. Okay, so next we got Porsha's mom is there, and her aunt is also there. Porsha tells her mom, because her mother was asking, well, you went to a party, how was it? And she said it was for Cynthia's 50th birthday. And she asked about, Nene. And Porsha said that Nene denied wanting to get her fired. She didn't try to get you fired, girl. She just said that you should go. I know a lot of people are going to be saying to me, oh, well, that's the same thing. Yeah, let's say it's the same thing. Let's just say it is, just so y'all can have that. But when Nene said what she said, it was because somebody called in and asked who should be off the show. She gave an answer. There's a difference between that and just saying, well, I think Porsha should go because of this, this, and this. She was actually asked a question. And y'all know Nene. Hell, she said Cynthia needed to be fired at one point because she felt like she was boring, didn't bring much to the show. Was it the nicest thing to say? No, but, it was a little true here and there. I don't want Cynthia off the show. She doesn't bring a lot, but I would never want her off the show. Because I feel like with people like Marlo, I mean, they don't really need to get rid of people. They just need to have they need to add a few people to the cast to balance it out. Okay, so that's pretty much with that. Porsha, you need to let that go with Nene. It happened. If you want to keep her at a distance, I get it, but let it go, please. Porsha tripped me out when she said her and Kandi are in an okay place. No, y'all not. Kandi don't fuck with you like that. She doesn't like you, bitch. So you need to let that go too. So She talking about, oh, well, we're just high and by, and it is what it is. Yeah, but she doesn't want to be your friend, Porsha. Next, we have Cynthia. She is blindfolded on her date with this guy that's 29, and he sets up a surprise photo shoot for her, and y'all know Cynthia lives for a photo shoot, honey. I wasn't feeling the guy. He wasn't anybody I would date. He wasn't anybody I see any of these women dating. I didn't see the point of him. Cynthia said that the man looks like Norbit with swag. And they pretty much eat dinner, and she pretty much tells him, he's too young for her. And Cynthia, I don't think it's just he's too young, because he came off very mature. I don't find him attractive, and I feel like Cynthia doesn't find him attractive. It was something about her body language that wasn't about his age. To me, it was more or less how he looked, and she didn't want to say that. So she wanted, and maybe she is uncomfortable with the age, but this guy wasn't young acting at all. So I don't know, girl, but Cynthia, I don't think he was your type, honey. Next, we have Sheree. She sees a life coach about the abuse she went through with Bob. I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing about it. It happened. Yes, I feel bad for Sheree, you guys. It's hard and difficult for anybody to go through that, especially when you have kids. But, Sheree, let me get into your ass. You have a problem accepting things for what they are. You have a problem accepting your bank account for what it is. Everything always has to be glamorous and over the top. And you guys may say, well, Brandy, why are you even talking about this? What does that have to do with the abuse? Because you, like to Sheree, you don't accept things for what they are and just keep it real. Like you sitting up here telling this, I guess he's a life coach or whatever, a counselor, how you haven't told your kids about this situation. You should have been told them kids. Them kids damn near grown. They're not like they're 4 or 5 or 6 where you kind of have to be careful with your words. They saw the shit play out on TV. Just tell them Dad did that. It is what it is. If they think differently of him, then that's his fault. He should have never did what he did. I mean, why keep taking up for the person that abused you? And I'm not sitting up here saying, well, get with your kids and badmouth their father, but the truth is the truth. The truth needs no proof. I mean, honestly, so just say it for what it is. But this is Sheree always having to be over the top, glamorize, sensationalize, just accept shit as it is. So, like I said, that's her problem. That's gonna be her problem, period. Not just with the situation with Bob. That's her problem, period. Not getting to the point. Not just moving in. Not taking 10 years to move into a house. And yes, it does look nice, but always having to be over the top about things. So anyways, I'll get more into her ass later because she irritated me again. Next, we got Kenya. She pretty much tells Cynthia how she met her husband and her experience walking down the aisle. And she tells Cynthia how Chef Roble introduced her to her husband, who is an entrepreneur. He has several different businesses. And Cynthia pretty much kind of said in her confessional that she feels Kenya gets a lot of criticism for her relationships. First of all, Cynthia, Kenya gets criticism for her relationships because her relationships are always full of shit. I thought the situation with Matt was going to work out, but lo and behold, he was crazy. He, spray painting your security cameras. He busting out windows in your car. You still stayed with him. You still had him on this show. You still filmed with him. But yeah, he was the worst person ever. So Kenya does not present her relationships in a respectful and tactful manner the way other people have. There's a difference between how Nene has shown Greg, how Cynthia has shown Peter. And yes, Peter is an asshole, but they shown their men. Kandi has shown Todd. Kenya is always hiding information. Her getting married, nobody being invited, that's very suspect. And that shit that's going to further perpetuate people's opinions and them saying negative things because you're not presenting things in a respectful way. Kenya. You have to be honest with people up front, but you live in delusion and fantasy world. And I knew she was in fantasy world when she was on the damn island, in the damn sand, wherever the fuck she got married, twirling in a wedding gown. Who does that? So, Kenya is basically now worried about how her man will take all the stories in the press about them, people criticizing their marriage and this, that, and the third. But baby, it comes with the territory. You ain't no different, so it is what it is. Next, we have Shamea and Kandi. They're shopping basically for Shamea's wedding. Shamea was mad at Porsha for... One thing I noticed with Shamea is she be mad at Porsha for talking shit with Phaedra, but yet she's with Kandi and she be talking shit about Porsha. You do the same shit to me, Shamea, and I'm not motherfucking here for Shamea, y'all. I don't like that bitch. She's a back and forth type bitch. As soon as I saw she was cool with Kandi last season, she was playing both sides against the middle, and she was always jealous of Porsha and Phaedra's friendship, whether it was real or fake. She was jealous, and she didn't like that that Porsha felt a certain way for Phaedra, and we can't help how we feel for people. I mean, people either feel that way for you or they don't. So move on along. I don't understand that. Anyways, they were talking shit about it. They was pretty much, Kandi was saying that she has 7 friends going to Shamea's wedding. And, in order for, I guess, Porsha to go to the wedding, she would have to pay $10,000 for her ticket because the wedding is going to be in Kenya. That's too motherfucking much for your motherfucking wedding, bitch. You could have had something where people could easily travel to your wedding. I'm with Porsha. Y'all know I don't care much for Porsha, but I'm with Porsha. I'm not coming to your shit either. Too expensive. And I basically am not going. But Kandi was trying to instigate. Well, I don't see how she is a friend from childhood. They was telling Sheree that Sheree had came in to the dress shop too. I don't see how a friend from childhood can't come, but 7 of my friends, they coming. Well, Kandi, that's the choice that they are making. So they're all, kind of talking their little shit about Porsha. It's, Shamea, you a stupid ass bitch. Kandi, you stupid too for that scene. Next, we have Porsha and her sister, and she's talking about how she saw that documentary called What the Health. Her mother showed her that. I'm shocked. Because her mother is a bigger girl. So is the mother not eating meat either? Or I'm kind of shocked. So she's getting rid of her Baconator and getting rid of all the meat. And she's just saying how people are going to doubt that, she's going to let go of meat. Because Porsha loves her meat. So she's basically clearing her fridge of the meat. Next we have Kenya and, she keeps talking about her motherfucking wedding and how she hates living separate from her husband. And, she ends up getting a call from Brandon, and she tells him that she's bothered by what people are saying online. Like, people are saying things like, did she pay him to marry her? She was just with Matt. How did she get with this guy? Kenya, those are very normal questions. Very normal motherfucking questions. So why wouldn't people have those thoughts? You was with Matt and you did kind of get with this guy quick. I'm not saying you can't move on, but, why are you making such a big deal out of this? And this is what you just did. So if you are at peace with the decisions you make in your life, you wouldn't be so affected by what people think of them. You would be at peace with them. You wouldn't be crying. And you guys, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. She's talking to the producer. I never see any of the other girls crying to the producers the way Kenya does. The last time I seen this bitch do this shit, she did this shit with Matt. It was the same shit with Matt, and it's like, oh my God, is she lying about the storyline? Because, we saw her crying with the producers before, and it all ended up being bullshit with the Matt storyline. Well, what was she telling the producers? Oh, well, we're supposed to go to church and, and the preacher is going to bless our marriage. And so this is what she telling the motherfucking producers, talking about and now my husband, he can't sleep, he can't eat, and oh my God, and he has ex-girlfriends sending him things about me, about, some famous guy that I dated years ago, and, and it's just like, Kenya, why the fuck do you care? All the women on here are judged and scrutinized. You don't see them motherfucking crying. This is how I know that you are motherfucking full of shit. Full of motherfucking shit. And she keep talking about, well, people act like, I'm not worthy of happiness. You guys, I hate to say this, but Kenya has low self-esteem. Ain't no other way to get around it. She's a very beautiful woman. Very beautiful, but she has low self-esteem. I think Kenya knows that she's attractive, so it's not so much about her looks. Kenya is very attractive, but the problem with Kenya is Kenya feels like she has to prove things, because if you didn't feel like you had to prove that you were married or you need to get married, you wouldn't have ran out and got married the way that you did, and you would have invited Cynthia and all your other friends instead of just eloping or whatever the hell you did where you excluded all your main people. There was people at the wedding, but it wasn't like her main friends that, so you hid that. You hid that because you're being sneaky and secretive about this shit. And Kenya and Sheree are two of the same type of bitches. They're very fake to me. They like to put on a facade. But the difference between Sheree and Kenya is you're not going to see Sheree doing all this stupid ass crying over her being secretive and sneaky. It's just, it is what it is with Sheree. With Kenya, it's, oh, well, let me play the victim and flip this around. And you're playing into it. You could have came on here, introduced your motherfucking husband, said his name instead of telling Nene to call him baby. You could have introduced this man the way everybody else introduced their man. But no, you keep being sneaky. You keep being so private. People are going to poke through that. You're on reality TV, you dumb bitch. Like, what part of that don't you get? It just, so you are... I don't think Kenya thinks she's worthy of happiness. Because why would you keep making yourself miserable? You play right into what everybody else does to you. Anyways, let me get off this bitch. Next we have Kandi is prepping her house with Todd for Sheree's friends to come over. This whole scene, you guys, is stupid as hell. This whole talk that Sheree is getting ready to do, Sheree ends up coming in, bringing food and drinks for her friends. And she's basically going to pretend that these friends are her children so she can finally tell the children that Bob abused her. Bitch, them kids are grown. Open your motherfucking mouth. Tell them what their father did. What I don't understand with Sheree is you claim Bob is such a bad guy, but why are you trying to protect him? And people always try to do this. Well, it's their father, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck whose father he is. He laid hands on you. Them children need to know what he's capable of doing and what he's did. It's not so much to, talk down on their dad, but it's just about being honest about what he did. And then maybe he can come in, Sheree, and talk to the kids and say, I apologize. I'll never treat a woman the way I treated your mother. That's how you do that. Not this fake ass preparation. Then Kandi was the most practical because Kandi ended up saying the news to the friends. Remember, the friends are pretending that they're Sheree's children. Kandi is the one that knocked it out the park. On how you speak to the children about, what the dad did. And Sheree is still looking all stupid and confused. And, oh my God, this is just going to be so hard. Bitch, get over your motherfucking self. Them kids is motherfucking grown. What is your problem? Sorry, y'all. A little irritated. Sorry. Next, we got Cynthia and Noel. Cynthia tells us that Noelle has a boyfriend that's in Charlotte, and Noelle really likes it there in Charlotte because she's not easily recognizable. And Noelle just graduated. She got straight A's, and that's very good. I really like Noelle. Like, out of all the kids, I really think that Cynthia raised her really good. Then Cynthia tells Noelle about the guy she went on a date with, and Noelle was just like, Mommy, that man is way, he's too young for you, And Cynthia's like, I know, and I found out late, I found out at dinner. Anyways, Noelle ends up packing her stuff up, and she's getting ready to hit the road to Charlotte. So that motherfucking Noelle is a big girl now, y'all. Big girl. She's so beautiful. She looks just like Cynthia and Leon. And, I'm really happy for Noelle. Okay, so next we have Porsha and her sister Lauren. They are headed to Shamea's bridal shower. And Porsha, when she gets there, she speaks to Sheree and ignores Kandi. Kandi ignores her too. It's very awkward and odd. Then Kandi gets up and walks off and begins talking, to other people. Shamea is upset that Porsha can't come to her wedding in Kenya. And, first off, before I get into that, Porsha tells Sheree. First it starts with Porsha tells Sheree that she can't make Shamea's wedding because she has low blood pressure, and she has said some long-ass name of a condition that she has. And Sheree feels like Porsha is making excuses not to come. Sheree, you're making excuses on not to tell your kids what happened to Bob. What about that? Anyway, so before I get off into the Shamea situation, because Shamea, I got a few words for your motherfucking ass. They end up playing a few games at the bridal shower. It's a shake what your mama gave you game where they called Porsha to go on up there. Then it's a put a wiener in a hole game. And Sheree wins that game. But y'all know Sheree got 3 kids. So she know how to get a dick in a hole. I'm just saying. So next, okay, so let's get back to this shit with Shamea real quick. Shamea had a dowry or something that's like a wedding. So she's kind of already had a wedding already. And then she starts saying shit because they're all sitting down at the table, and she starts saying shit. Porsha and her sister, everybody sitting there. Sheree, everybody, Kandi, Carmen, everybody. And she keeps saying how shocked she was that Porsha participated in that. Shamea, if she's your motherfucking friend, why are you so shocked that she participated? Isn't that what a friend does? Shamea is coming off as she wants and wants and wants from Porsha, but she doesn't expect to give and to understand. She already pretty much came to your wedding. Now you want her to pay another $10,000? Bitch, I wouldn't come too, and I would be straight up with your ass. Now, I'm not saying that Porsha doesn't have the, because people, I know they're going to say, Porsha making excuses. I'm with Porsha, excuse or no excuse. Porsha does have a medical or a health issue, because she has fainted on the show a couple of times, and they even showed that type of stuff. And Shamea, you had to take care of her last year when she got sick, so you should know her condition. So, bitch, you acting brand new like you don't understand what Porsha is going through right now. Anyways, y'all, Shamea is upset Porsha can't come to her wedding. And, she's saying all this shit in front of Kandi, knowing Kandi and Porsha are at odds. Kandi is in her confessional instigating, saying Porsha is just making excuses not to come. And Porsha tells her, about the feigning and all of that. And that bitch knows about that motherfucking Shamea. She knows about that. She was taking care of her last year, and they showed the motherfucking clip. So I'm like, I don't like that Shamea, y'all. She's special. Anyways, Carmen is saying shit under her breath. Carmen, why are you there? You are the help. Help. That's what you should be passing off the food. I don't want to see your ass on my screen. You are annoying too. Shit, always trying to say shit under your breath. Porsha be done laid your motherfucking ass the fuck out. I would not be, y'all know I don't really like the violence and shit, but Carmen has a smack to the face coming. Her and Kandi. Shit, y'all sitting up there bothering that girl. See, I keep trying to say Porsha needs to not fight, but y'all giving her a motherfucking reason this season to give y'all the motherfucking business, because y'all playing. So yeah, Carmen saying shit under her breath, saying Porsha has a doctor's note for everything. So they didn't show little clips of how Porsha had a doctor's excuse. I'm for the excuses. If you have health issues and you got to be around these bitches, come with it. Shit, I'm with Porsha with that. So anyways, what they're doing is very inappropriate. It's Shamea's bridal shower, but Shamea is being a bitch as well. You know, they're all kind of ganging up on Porsha. Porsha feels fronted out by the candy-coated clique. You know, she doesn't like how Shamea is coming at her in front of everybody, you know. So pretty much Porsha gets up, says it's time for her to go. Her and Lauren, they head out. Next thing I know, Shamea and Porsha are in the car together and they're having words. And Shamea basically feels like Porsha has been distant since Phaedra. And Shamea feels Porsha put Phaedra before her. Porsha said, no, she never did that. Shamea, why are you bringing up Phaedra? Phaedra is not on this season, boo-boo. So let it go. That Shamea was very jealous of Porsha's relationship with Phaedra. She just never liked it. Not so much because she didn't feel Phaedra was good enough for her, but it was because she was just jealous. She wants to be territorial with Porsha. Because Shamea, you doing the same shit with Kandi this year, if I'm not mistaken. You laughing, kikiing, and listening to the bad shit that Kandi has to say about Porsha. So you're doing the same shit, you motherfucking hypocrite. These bitches are fake, y'all. They're on my last nerve. So anyways, Lauren ends up saying to Shamea, Lauren has said at the table, I forgot to tell y'all, she was trying to bring Shamea to her motherfucking senses, saying, hey, you need to understand she has a real life health issue. We get you're upset that she's not coming, but she has a health issue. And Lauren, kudos to you for taking up for your sister, because this is ridiculous. So anyways, Lauren ends up saying to Shamea, hey, I gotta go get my daughter. I think that Lauren had enough of that stupid ass Shamea. Shamea ends up walking, getting out of the car, walking away and calling Porsha a bitch. Because that bitch is jealous and that bitch is not a friend, because cameras are following you. Why you couldn't call her a bitch in your head? So you keep trying to, Anyways, Porsha and her sister, they end up taking off. And while they take off, Porsha is just like, you know what? I'm going to have to love Shamea from afar. Because she pretty much knows that Shamea is full of shit. And she's not here for the shit that Shamea just did, which is fronting her out in front of Kandi, really getting on her about this wedding, even though she knows she has, a pre-existing medical condition. So I'm here for Porsha for this episode. I was on Porsha's side, you guys. Y'all know I will give Porsha's ass the business too if I feel she wrong, but she was not wrong this episode. So that's pretty much what I have to say on that, you guys. It was entertaining, I guess you could say, towards the end, but still boring because, I like Nene and Cynthia together. They're my girls. So anyways, it is your girl Brand New. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you guys later.